Hey, good morning, fam. Good morning. Hope all is well with everybody. Listen, I was having a conversation with a client of mine, right, yesterday, right, who she's a government worker, and I believe she's part of the people who may be getting laid off, right? So she was calling me in reference to, hey, what options do she have, in reference to, well, she won't have the job anymore, so she doesn't have any more benefits. She doesn't have the life insurance coverage anymore, so she was actually inquiring about how she can get more coverage, because not trying to disclose how much she has with me right now, but she's a homeowner. She's also a single mom. She has a pretty nice house in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. So one of her concern was, well, I don't have enough life insurance because the job insurance she does, she's not going to have anymore. Health insurance was also another concern, which I don't cover, but I was able to refer her to a couple of people that do that, that side of it. Also, disability and things like that was also a concern from her, but more so she wanted to find out what she's able to do with her retirement account. So we talked briefly. We do have a couple of options for her that I think she was very happy with, which is rolling money over into an annuity product, and the bonus they give you is substantial. And she was like, "What? Yeah." So she's happy with that, right? But listen, I want to do this right because if you're watching this and you're asking yourself, okay, just got laid off, what is my next step or what do I do next, right? So that one part of it that I spoke to her about was the financial aspect of it in reference to, hey, you know what? You got some money in your 401k at the job or 403b or whatever it is that you have, right? Cool, no problem. Let's go ahead and move that for you into an annuity plan. You're gonna get pretty competitive rates. That's number one. That's important. And then number two, well, the bonus that they give you, which is pretty much, hey, they're gonna give you a certain amount for doing business with them, for moving your money over with them, right? And that's from day one. So it's not like, some plan they say, oh, we're gonna give you this amount, but but that money kind of you don't really have access to it for a few years or so. No, with our provider, this is from day one. As soon as you move your money over, boom, you open up your statement, boom, you can see that money, that bonus that they give you in there. So she's very happy with that one. And then the other option that I offer her is, hey, listen, have you thought about being an insurance agent? Because I think the package that they don't give them is, I believe it's like 8 to 9 months potentially of severance, right? And she also want to go back to school at the same time. So I say, hey, listen, so if they're giving you a severance, right? Maybe looking into the insurance field as another career option. Still, you can still go out and look for your job if you want to do the job thing. But as I'm looking at the amount of people who is getting laid off, number one, and then on top of that, the baby boomers who are retiring every single day, and I believe, and let me just, because I know I mentioned it last time in my last video, but let me just go ahead and find out for you guys, right? Let me see, because I believe it's about 10,000 baby boomers who are retiring a day, right? How many baby boomers are retiring daily? Yeah, roughly 10,000 baby boomers are retiring every single day. So this is an industry where the service that we provide is needed. So not only the people who are losing their job, and I feel sorry for those people, but the people who are also retiring would need your service. You understand? So she said, you know what? That's something that I may want to look into. And she said, well, my daughter, maybe me and her can study together and things like that, right? So because I believe her daughter also worked for the government. So my client been with the government now for probably about 15 or 20 years, and I think she got her daughter in, but like a different department or something like that. I'm not quite sure, right? So these are two people who might be looking to to come aboard that company, right? So the reason again why I want to do this video is I know a lot of people right now are fearful in reference to what they're gonna do next, and things like that. And it's funny, this remind me of 2008, 2009, because that's when I got into the business in 2009. And I remember when the market crashed and everything was happening and people was like scattering and they was nervous, and I would come to the dealership, right, and they was just letting people go. We had a couple of dealerships that was next to us that literally almost overnight like shut down. And I was like, it got scary. Like like we was like, what's going on? It got scary, right? And you will see people from across the across the street, the other dealership will literally cross over to come to our dealership, right? To come put in an application, right? And they kept the top salespeople, at that time, and that was one of them. And they let the ones who were not producing go. But I just, I at that moment I just felt overworked. I felt exhausted. I was watching my son, grow up without me, because I will leave in the morning, give him a kiss on his forehead, go to work. By the time I come back home, he's asleep. So I was like, you know what? Okay, yeah, maybe I want to take this opportunity. And at that time, I had a pretty decent amount of 401k. But what I didn't know though at that time was that money wasn't 100% mine. Like, so it was up there. It was close to six figures, right? And I decided to cash it out and put the money in my account and go into the insurance industry. And I found it out that I was going to have to pay a hefty amount of taxes on that money, right? So that was disheartening, right? But to be honest with you, is the best decision that I ever made, because I've been in business now for 16 years. This is the most consistent job that I've ever had in all my years of working, and is one of the most satisfying and gratifying job or career I have ever had, and I wouldn't have changed my decision for anything. I wouldn't change my decision for anything. It changed my life. I also helped change people's lives. The things I'm able to do for my children right now, it makes me so happy as a man, as a father, to be able to provide those things for my children, and then also my future. My the potential that I have for myself, growth, retirement, things I'm able to do. Retirement is tough right now for a lot of people. A lot of people cannot retire because they don't have enough money saved. And one of the reasons they don't have enough money saved is because they've never made a lot of money. So it'll be kind of hard to try to save. Even though I still believe you can save something. You know what I'm saying? Which a lot of people are not saving anything at all. But you can at least save something that you can put towards retirement, right? But a lot of people cannot save a lot because they've never made pretty decent income. I think the average income in America right now, I believe it's like 40 something or 50 something K, somewhere around there. Can you imagine how your life would change if you're making 100K a year? Can you imagine how it'll probably be much easier for you to put away $15,000 a year if you're making 100K a year than it would if you were only making 50. You understand? So this is to me was life changing for me. I got into the industry. I brought some people along with me, but they quit, because they had to have that consistent income and they wanted that paycheck and stuff like that. And I just happened to tough it out. And not to toot my own horn, but the past couple of years I've been multi six-figure income. I don't know if I would have been able to do that selling cars. I don't know if I would have been able to do that working a regular job. I don't know. All I know is what I know now at the end of the day, right? And on top of that, not only, put the income aside for a second, just the freedom, the freedom of running my own schedule, the freedom of being able to, chaperone, in my children's, field trip, the freedom to be able to spend time with my kids, go to their spelling bee, go to their award ceremony, things that they have going on. You understand? Go to their basketball game. You understand? So, without having to ask somebody time off, the freedom to be able to take a trip or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 a year without having to accumulate time, or ask for permission to be off. the freedom to, let's say, it's a 4-day, weekend because of a holiday, and you party too much, and you and you can't make it to work the next day. Oh wow, I work for myself. Okay, I don't have to call in. So to me, it's just, that's kind of like what I was going over with, my client, and I want to share that with you guys right now. Right? It might seem dark right now because you lost your job, you've been there for a while, and you're asking yourself, well, what do I do next? Sometimes you have to look at bad things that happen as an opportunity to better yourself. Yeah, that's the way I look at things now. Things happen. I forgot who said this. I believe it's a gentleman named Ed Milet. Because a list of people, right, really changed my life, right? So Ed Milet was one of them. Dr. Miles Monroe is another one. Les Brown is another one. Eric Thomas is another one. Bob Proctor. These are a list of people, right? And I remember Ed Milet said one thing one time, right? That because you're young, you're immature, right? Things will happen to you, and you say, "Oh my God, why is this happening to me?" and blah blah blah, right? And he made a statement one time that still to today stick with me, because even though I'm, I'll call myself, successful, right? Even though I'm that, life's still life. Life still happens. You know what I'm saying? You still have to go through, hard times, and it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. It just you just kind of know how to handle it better in a way. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't stop. And Ed Milet said that life doesn't happen to you. Life happens for you. Let me repeat that one more time. Life doesn't happen to you. Life happens for you. Which pretty much means that the things that happen to you, the bad moments, the dark times, right? It happened to help you grow. There's a silver lining in things that happen to you. Okay? A lot of things that happen to you is meant to help you grow. It's growth moment. Okay? You take a look at it. What did I do wrong here? What can I fix for the next time so this doesn't happen again? And guess what? You elevate. And then when another thing happen, you solve that, you elevate even more. Another thing happen, so even millionaires, as a matter of fact, millionaires and billionaires probably have more bad moments than regular everyday people. They just gone to a point where they're just so mentally strong now because they've built up so many calluses in their head as to how, or on their mind, as to all the things that has happened, that they know how to handle it no matter what. They know how to get over it, and they keep on growing, right? But they are putting out fires almost every day. So just because they're rich and they're wealthy does not mean they don't have problems. They have problems. It's just way bigger than your problem. It's just way bigger than my problem. It's way bigger than our problem. And that's life. Life happens to every single body. It doesn't matter who you are. Does not matter. Doesn't matter. Okay? Life is neutral. Life is neutral. It would touch everybody. Doesn't matter. Right? Whether you're a prayer warrior, whether you believe that God got his hand or on you. Yes. A lot of it I also believe is a test from God. When you ask for, have you ever noticed that when you ask for something from God and it's a big thing, that's when bad things happen? Have you ever noticed that? You think about it. You're making 50 grand a year, right? And you ask God to give you the opportunity to make 100 grand, 200 grand, right? All of a sudden, things that's unexpected start to happen. You know what that is? That's God testing you to see how bad you want that thing. Okay, you want to make 50 grand a year. God is saying, you know what? This position you're in right now is not what's going to get you there. And you say, okay, you know what? God sent me a sign that this job is not for me. Okay, let me go be a real estate agent. Let me go try it out. And then you go try it out and you find out client are counseling on you. Okay, a deal fall off. You go months without a paycheck. And 99% of the people will say, nope, this is not for me, and run right back. And then God is saying, then you don't really want it. I want you guys to consider what you're asking for. You know when they tell you be careful what you ask for? That's really what that means. If you guys knew what I went through after that money ran out, that I cashed out when I started this business, like after I cashed out my 401k, and I said, you know what, all right, cool, this is gonna help me sustain for like a year or two while I get this business rock and rolling. And it wasn't, it didn't go as planned. It didn't go the way in my head. It didn't go the way in my head that I thought it would. And then all of a sudden, I went from here to boom, right? A normal person, the people who we call normal, a normal person would have went on their computer and started to upload resumes. A normal person would have went to go like door knocking and went to go, put in an application and I say, you know what? I decided that this is what I want. Not only for myself, but for my family. Is that a word? Okay, I apologize because lately I've been getting attacked for my grammar, right? But you guys gotta excuse me, right? But in my mind, right, I saw the future. I saw where I wanted to be, who I wanted to be. I saw the kind of house I want to live in. I saw the kind of cars I want to drive. I saw the trips I want to take. I saw my kids going to school. I saw them getting married. I saw me fitting the bill for the wedding. I saw me helping them with the down payment for their house. I saw that. And I said, hey, I can't do these things with a regular job. The things that I want to do for my family, I cannot do it with a regular job. So I just end up staying in the fight. That's the only reason why I'm here. Every day I'm fighting. Every day I'm fighting for my family. Every day I'm fighting to not go backwards. Every single day. Every day. And it seems like every year it get better and get better and get better and get better. There's still moments out the year you're gonna have 2 or 3 months where it seems like, oh my God, why is this happening? What is going on? I want to quit. This is suck. Every time, every single time, every time. You talk to agents who are making $1 million a year, and they will tell you every other day they think about quitting. Because this client canceled, this agent quit, the insurance company are harassing you, this is this, that is that, this, that. Right? Family situation. Every day, you're saying, you know what? I'm tired of this. I don't want this anymore. And then you take your butt to bed and you wake up the next morning and you realize why you're doing this in the first place. And you wake up and you realize why you're doing this in the first place. And then you refresh and you reset and you go at it again. So, to the people out there who have currently lost their job, or who are losing their job, or who who is on the lookout for either a dual career or another career that can allow them to elevate, come check us out. Come check us out. This industry is a wonderful industry, and it changed lives. It changed your family's lives. It changed your income. It will change your credit. It will change your lifestyle. You start to walk straight again. Okay? You start to have that cash flow glow. Let me tell you, when I look at my brokerage account, I might be having a bad day. But when I look at my brokerage account, my retirement account, when I look at my life with my IUL account, a big smile come to me. Because I'm like, yo, I'm going to be rich by the time I'm 65 years old. I am going to travel the entire universe. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I would not have been able to do all these things, right, without this industry. I don't believe I could have. I just don't. I just don't. Because the way you earn here, the bonuses, the commission, the free trip that you go to with the company that you don't have to pay for trips out of your pocket. like going to Hawaii, okay? A fully luxury trip that you're staying in luxury hotel that they cover on flights for you and your spouse or your significant other. They're covering your hotel stay. They're covering food. The only thing you might have to cover might be excursions. They even covering if you catch an Uber from your house to the airport. Keep your receipt. Reimbursement. What? What? You know how much Hawaii costs for two? I've paid for Hawaii out of my pocket quite a few times. Okay? If you intend on having a good trip to Hawaii, a memorable trip to Hawaii for 7 days, easily $7,000 to $8,000, easy. Because your tickets alone is going to be at least about $1,500 a piece per person, right? That's $3,000 off the break. And then if you're staying at like the Ritz-Carlton or and this is just me personally, right? But the Ritz-Carlton going to cost you at least $2,500. Now you're at 50-something K. Then you got helicopter ride. You got a bunch of, different, sightseeing, mountain climbing, Dolphin Cove, different things, restaurants, shopping. Come on now. So yeah, this is what I'm offering the individuals who have lost their job or been laid off and don't know what to do next. And if you're telling yourself sales is not for me, that's fine. 99% to almost 100% of agents who sell insurance didn't want to do sales. We have been programmed to go get a job and collect a check from somebody. That's how we've been programmed. That's why in your mind, you feel as though it's not normal and it's not for you. One of the top producers in the industry was a correctional officer who, when she was recruited 3 or 4 times, said sales was not for her. She was a CO, a correctional officer. And now she makes damn near close to $1 million a year. And this is an individual who says sales is not for me. I don't want to sell to nobody. I don't want to do no sales. Nobody ever wanted to sell. Nobody wake up. Nobody was growing up as a child, putting on a suit and getting a briefcase and putting a hat on and saying, I want to be a salesperson. They don't do that. Okay? They're going to put on police uniform. They're going to put on a fireman hat. They're going to put on a doctor outfit. These are things you grow up saying you want to be. You never grow up saying, I want to be a salesperson. Nobody ever does that. So listen, I want you to be open-minded and just consider the opportunity that's afforded to you. And it's up to you if you take it or not. You know, some of the people who I meet every single day that cannot retire, or people that the Census Bureau release roughly 49% of people between the age of 55 and 66 have zero retirement income. Can you retire if they have gotten into sales? Maybe even part-time, and they start to generate commission that they can put to it. See, to me, this is where I look at it. If you are stuck and you don't see a way out based on your current job or your career, but somebody on this side is offering you something that can literally save your life, but then your answer back is, sales is not for me. But you're stuck though. You're literally stuck. You're spinning your wheels every single day. You're not going, you're not progressing. And somebody say, hey, I want to get you out of that hamster wheel and put you in a Ferrari. And you say sales is not for me. I don't know. You know? So listen, I'm available for you if you are interested. Right now I'm only hiring in the DMV. That's Maryland, DC, and Virginia. District of Columbia, Maryland, and Virginia. Okay? And the reason why I'm only doing that right now is because I will be able to touch you. I will be able to physically come out and help you and guide you along the way. I got agents all over. I got agents in Georgia. I got agents in Texas. I got agents in Jersey. I got agents in, where do I have agents at? Massachusetts. All over. I got agents all over. Right? But, so that way, I'm not doing too much flying anymore. Okay? Or, being a road warrior. I want to hone in the DMV. And because also a lot of the government workers are losing their job in the DMV. So I won't be able to help them and guide them and, show them the ropes and show them along the way. I am still open. If you are out of state and you're interested in this industry, hey, still give me a call. We can walk some things through. If I'm able to get to you, I don't mind shooting out there, right? But I know right now, 90% of my time is probably going to be spent in this particular area and location. So listen, you can reach me at 443-208-5480. That's 443-208-5480. Or you can go to my site, which is TitanEvolutionGroup.com, and upload your resume there. We'll pull it and we'll give you a call and get the process going for you. Okay, that is TitanEvolutionGroup.com. I will add my number and my website into the description below. All right. So listen, other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed Saturday. And think about the offer that's given to you. Okay. It can literally change. I've seen it. I've seen it change people's lives. I'm one of them. All right. You guys have a wonderful and blessed day. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.